Hello, I'm back again and I'm making my lunches for the upcoming week, probably week and a half. I had a change in plans, so I have a rack of lamb and I'm going to make some curried chicken patties. So I'm going to prepare them first so the flavors start to meld, and then we'll get a rack of lamb together and go down to the barbecue. It's pouring outside, but I never mind barbecuing in the rain. The results are delicious either way, so I'm into it. So here we are. I have my chicken, and it's a ground chicken, and I have added Little Mrs. Dash, lemon pepper, cayenne pepper, some garlic powder, some medium curry, some cumin, and I am currently just grinding up a bit of fennel in some coarse salt. So I will be adding that to this mix, and these will be delicious. In addition, I will also be chopping some coriander. So I'm ready to add my coriander. I've mixed up my chicken. People have asked me, do you add breadcrumbs and stuff like that? I actually don't. It doesn't really need it. This is about the amount of coriander that I apply to this amount of chicken and spices. So as you can see, this is all mixed up. I'm going to now make my patties. It's probably going to make about 6 to 8 patties. I don't make them large. I just make them about this size. And what I'm going to do, once I've made my patties, is give them a little rub with some olive oil. That'll keep them from sticking to the grill and kind of keep them in place from sticking to each other. The next component of this dinner is going to be these yams or sweet potatoes. This is the simplest part yet. You just basically slice off each end, then cut a hunk. You're going to coat these in olive oil and a bit of sea salt and just stand them up on a pan. How easy is that? These sweet potatoes are ready to go. They are standing up nicely, and they're going to go in the oven for about 45 minutes or so. Rack of lamb is the bullshit baffles brains of all meals. If you can't cook anything at all, you can cook rack of lamb. It's delicious and it's savory, and it is barrier-free. So I'm going to start preparing my lamb. It's going to be dressed with a bit of rosemary, clove of garlic, salt and pepper, and some olive oil. It's going to be delicious, so I can't wait. These lunches are going to be very savory, and a couple of these chops are destined for my dinner. People often ask me, what kind of vegetables do I serve with rack of lamb? I say, whatever you want. One of the nicer vegetables is fennel. I love a fennel ball barbecued. It's delicious, right up there with radicchio, and of course, zucchinis, yellow and green, peppers, red onion, and of course my standby shiitake mushrooms. So I finished chopping my vegetables, and I'm pretty much right up to the top. There's almost no wiggle room. I am going to add some olive oil, which I've already done, and my favorite, Mrs. Dash, the lemon pepper. Give it a good shake. Let those flavors mix up. It's going to be delicious. So I'm out here at the barbecue. The rain has cleared up a little bit. It's been a steady drizzle, and I am going to heat this up, get it nice and hot so I can get a good sear on all my meat. So the meat is gone on the grill, and the lamb is fat side down. As you can see, it's well coated with garlic and rosemary, and the chicken is gone on as well. The way I've set up the grill is, this part is the hot side, this part is the cooler side. Basically, if things get too hot, you're going to want to move your meat over. So, also too, this cool side is where the vegetables are going to be cooked. So this rack of lamb is looking fantastic. It's flamed up, a lot of that fat is cooked off, and it is feeling nice. It's probably right now about medium rare, just about. It's a little soft, so I'm going to leave it on there for like a minute. The veg still have a few more minutes to go. That's not a problem, because this lamb is going to have to sit for at least 7 minutes. So I don't want it to get too firm. Look at that. Grilled to perfection. That was definitely worthwhile. This is a beautiful rack of lamb. It is cooked perfectly to medium rare. We have my curried chicken burgers. They've shrunk a bit, but that's perfect. A couple of them in a lunch is going to be fantastic. A beautiful bowl of perfectly grilled vegetables. They're nice and crisp. Look at these. These are the sweet potatoes that we put in the oven. They have slowly caramelized and they look fantastic. They're going to be the perfect side for our lunches. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the 21-day fix, and here's why. They came up with a bunch of containers that were color-coded to make it easier for you to figure out how much vegetables you actually need in your diet. And this is a fairly substantial size. I think it's about a cup. My vegetables are going to go into that. I'm going to add the sweet potato as well, and that will essentially fill up this little yellow cup, which is where it belongs. These sweet potatoes have caramelized so perfectly they're practically candied. So they were definitely at the right temperature. They were in there for a good 50 minutes. Delicious. So one of those, a cup of the veg, a couple of burgers. These curried burgers are fantastic. I can't tell you how delicious they are. They're so good, I'm torn as to whether or not I'm going to have any lamb tonight. Again, this doesn't quite look like enough to me, and I always fall to my standby frozen peas. We have 8 magnificent lunches, all with grilled vegetables, a caramelized sweet potato, green peas, and a choice of a perfect medium rare rack of lamb or the curried chicken burger. So those are all very tantalizing and delicious, and I can't wait to get to work for lunch.